Today, we will discuss about diversity of human sexuality. Speaking of sexuality, it describes a person's sexual preferences and orientation. Sexuality is about your sexual feelings, thoughts, attractions, and behaviors towards other people. It has something to do with the way you identify yourself, how you experience sexual and romantic attraction, and your interests and preferences around sexual and romantic relationships behavior. So let us go further. Sexual diversity. So it has three diversities, which are the sex, gender, and orientation. So the first one is sex. It generally understood as biological construct which is assigned at birth, whether male or female. Or in simple terms, you can base your sex on what your genital or what is that thing between your legs is. The second diversity is gender. It is socially constructed roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities of girls, women, boys, men, and gender diverse people. It influences how people perceive themselves and with each other, how they act and interact, and the distribution of power and resources in society. As a social construct, gender varies from society to society and can change over time. The third diversity is sexual orientation. It is primarily about attraction and demarcated mostly by the sex of those to whom one is attracted. Sexual orientation involves a person's feelings and sense of identity. It's not necessarily that something is noticeable to others. People may or may not act on the attractions they feel. So next, let's take a look on the binary system for sexuality. As you can see, there are four systems, which are the gender identity, the gender expression, the biological sex, and the sexual orientation. And on each side, you can see that they have this classification: male, female, feminine, masculine, like that. And the middle part are the complex classification of the system. So let's discuss. Biological sex. It refers to the objectively measurable organs, hormones, and chromosomes. It is where male and female and intersex belong. So, as what I've said earlier, your sex is simply defined on what is given to you at birth. As for male, they have the XY chromosome, they have those testes, and as for female, they have the XX chromosome, those ovaries, and for intersex, it may be a combination of both genital. They may have a penis and a vagina, an XXY chromosome or XO chromosome, which they can mean neither a man or woman. Sometimes, a person appears as a male or female, but their internal reproduction organs don't fit in. Did you get my point? She may appear as a female, but inside his body is a male. So, the word intersex may be used when the person's reproductive, sexual, or genetic biology is nuclear, which is not exclusively male, female, or otherwise, and don't fit within the traditional definitions of male and female. Next is gender identity. It is how a person sees themselves. It is their own internal senses and personal experience of gender. Gender identity is how you in your head think about yourself. It is the chemistry that composes you and how you interpret what that means. So the first identity is bigender, embodying two genders at once. So they feel like they are both man and woman. Next is demigender. Feel that while they are closer to a certain gender, they do not entirely align with that identity. They are partially feel like a man or a woman. Like, I'm a girl, but not so girlish. Next is agender, not aligning with either binary gender, not having a gender at all. So, they are genderless. They feel neither a man nor a woman. Next is gender fluid, used to refer to a person whose gender identity fluctuates or changes. It changes over time. The changes may be based on the activity that you are doing or just nothing. It changes for no reason. A sample scenario is like, I woke up and feel like I'm a female. Then, the afternoon, I become a male. And sometimes out of the blue, I feel like I'm a gender or genderless. So next is third sex. Individuals are categorized either by themselves or by society as neither man or woman. So, gender expression. Gender expression includes all the ways a person communicates their gender based on societal factors, such as gender norms and perceptions. It is how you demonstrate their gender through the ways you act, dress, behave, and interact. This is how we show our gender to the world around us. So, for feminine, having qualities or an appearance traditionally associated with women. Example like getting a dress, having some cuticles, being conscious about the skincares, something like that, good things. And as for masculine, having qualities or appearance traditionally associated with men, like they are doing the heavy works, something like that. They used to play balls. Yeah. And in between, there is the androgyne. It is both equally feminine and masculine, while being neither of them at the same time. So it has the both traits of both gender equally. So if you're not feminine, you're not masculine, then maybe you belong to androgyne. Next is social orientation. So it includes concepts of sexual attraction, sexual behavior, romantic attraction, and sexual identity. So first is heterosexual, attracted to the people of the opposite sex. So a person is attracted only to a man or woman. So if I am a woman, I'm attracted to a man. Next is homosexual, attracted to people of one's own sex. So a person is attracted to same sex, like a girl is attracted to a girl and a boy is attracted to a boy. So the third orientation is bisexual, attracted to people of either sex. So, the attraction can change from time to time, although you're attracted to both sexes, but the level of attractions differ. Maybe, as for now, you're attracted to men, and later, you're attracted to women. Just like that. And then next is pansexual. Attracted to people of any gender identity. So regardless of sex or gender, you are attracted to anyone. The next is asexual. Not sexually attracted to other people. But it doesn't mean that they don't have love in their life. So, next is homophobic and transphobic bullying. It is when people behave or speak in a way which makes someone feel bullied because of their actual or perceived sexuality. So, this can take in many forms like verbal and physical abuse, teasing, bullying, threatening behavior, and damage to property. It can be a one-off incident or part of an ongoing campaign of harassment or intimidation. And if someone has been violent or hostile towards you because of your sexual orientation, this is known as homophobic hate incidents. And if there's an hostile or violent incidents because of your transgender identity, this is known as transphobic hate incidents. So the topic ends here, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.